To welcome you inside for our final game of the weekend. It's the Bantam B2 third place game between Edina and Chaska. Chanhassen is immediately pushed into the offensive zone by Calvin Cunnert. And a face-off will come deep in the Chaska Chanhassen zone. Face-off in the far side corner. The drive save. Turnaround shot just goes wide to the net, down to the near side corner. Hewitson drives one wide. Shot out front, just tipped wide. Edina after a good start in the offensive zone. And it comes around toward the near side. Hewitson going to backhand it through. It's knocked down again. The Stormhawks get it out to neutral ice. Taken away for a shot wide of the net by David Hudnut. Cleared out to neutral. Matthew Zach plays it in deep to the Stormhawk zone. 13-18 to go, first period, and no score. Comes in on goal and have a face-off in the Stormhawk zone with 13:09 to go in the first period. Two on one for the Stormhawks. Slowing it down on the far side, a shot, they score. Drive from the far side wall. Goes into the net. And the goal by Grant Penton. And the Stormhawks with an early 1-0 lead. As Chase Rasmussen gets it back out to neutral ice. Jones looks ahead to Weisenin, who drops it off just inside the blue line. Pushed wide of the net, down to the near side. The drive, gloved and held on to. Laid back out to the red line. And into the offensive zone. It comes over toward the near side. It's flipped in deep to the Stormhawk zone. Toward Belmont. Drive knocked down and covered up. 11:52 to go here in this Banked off the near side boards. Played around the Stormhawk net up toward the far side. Edina collecting it in their own end. With a stoning on the near side. Four minutes gone here in the first period. Banked off the end wall and then behind the net. Loose in front. Play to the end boards once again. Centering feed tipped away out front. And they got it down towards Zach. And it's cleared out, and we'll go for icing with 10:19 to go in the first period. Shot tipped high and wide of the net. Stormhawks through neutral. He's getting tied up entering the offensive zone with Samuel Merrick. And here comes Edina through neutral with Max Hardy. Hardy will play it off the end boards down toward the near side. Shot deflected wide. This will get a whistle with 9:38 to go in the period. Jones gathering it in for the Stormhawks. Played back out to neutral. It'll work its way into the Stormhawk zone, but the defender's able to recover for Chaska Chanhassen. For Vernier, he'll bring it into the offensive zone, or he's tied up from behind. Back over toward the near side. Kinsey sends one off the end boards. The Coonert. And cleared through. Edina will play it from their own end. 1-0 Stormhawks. 8:40 to go, first period. Stormhawks getting the goal from Grand Pettinen. Mendel sends it toward the far side. And tried to be played ahead. Mendel back with it. Toward the far side. And we'll get a whistle and a penalty. 8:06 to go here in the first period. We'll go against Edina. Gonna put the Stormhawks on a power play. Hornets able to take it away, play it down toward the near side. 7:50 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Stormhawks of Chaska Chanhassen leading it. Drop it back in the slot for a shot through traffic, loose in front. But unable to get it on his stick was Merrick. Swept down toward the near side. And it'll end up back in the neutral zone. Steaming into the offensive zone is Zach. Zach got tied up before he could center it. Stormhawks get it out to neutral. 50 seconds in the power play, 6:55 in the period. It's 1-0. Stormhawks leading as a shot over the net. Over toward Jones. Played in deep to the Edina zone. The shot swept away. Shot through traffic, knocked down. Power play is over. 5:45 to go, first period. It's chipped in deep to the near side corner. Edina couldn't hold the zone. They get it over to Jones as he will flip this one high in the air deep into the Edina end. Played around the net toward the near side. Flipped in wide of the net. Drawn toward the near side. Drive through traffic, and that one comes in awkwardly. Save able to be made. The drive, rebound comes loose in the slot. Still loose and able to be covered up with the pad. Drive blocked. It's covered up with 4:13 to go in the period. Played from the far side corner along the end boards. Offside here, we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. 3:57 to go, first period. It's flipped in deep. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Trying to be centered. Stormhawks able to take it away. Pushed ahead. As we'll get a whistle with 3 minutes to go in the period. 1-0, the Stormhawks leading it. And a penalty will come against the Stormhawks. That'll put Edina on a power play. In the far side corner. .123 in the power play, 2:22 in the period. One nothing, Stormhawks leading it. The drive save, it comes down behind the side of the net. The drive, that's saved as well as it goes to the end boards. 2 minutes to go in the period, 1 minute in the power play. Battled for on the near side by Nahan, but Edina able to come out with it. Hewitson getting it ahead. The drive wide of the net. Turnaround shot off the side of the net. 1:40 to go in the period, 39 in the power play. Drive through traffic wide of the net. Played over toward the near side. Drive blocked. It's sent in on goal. And then cleared out. The power play comes to an end. Zick just out of the penalty box, able to get it into the Edina zone. Shot in the glove save with 39.5 left. .30 seconds left in the opening frame. 1-0 Stormhawks. Played over toward the near side. The drive is saved and kicked aside. Five seconds left in the period. We're going to take a timeout and come back 1 minute from now with your second period. We welcome you back inside for the second period. 1-0 Stormhawks after one period. Bantam B2 third place game from Braemar Arena. Played over toward the near side. Knocked down, carried down to the near side. Then into the neutral zone. Morrison flips it along. Swing around toward the near side. The shot blocked. Mendel from his own zone banks it ahead. Pushed ahead back into the Stormhawk end. Right back into the offensive zone. Nice move to get around through the circle. A shot saved and covered. Weisenen came in. 13:38 to go, second period. 1-0 Stormhawks. Along the near side corner. Threat through neutral. There's Mahan with it on the far side. It's kicked off. Played back in deep. 12:35 to go at second period. 1-0 Stormhawks. There's a turnover. Shot just tipped wide. Loose on the side of the net and covered up. Quickly back into the offensive zone. A shot save. Rebound loose in front and covered. Centering feed just tipped wide. He's out into the near side corner. Sent into the neutral zone. Edina plays it back along in front of the Hornet bench. Shot tipped up into the far side corner. Comes through the near side corner. 11 minutes to go, second period. Weisenen able to get it in. We're almost able to thread this one through. Weisenen back with it. In the near side corner, played around up to the far side. This will get through neutral. Hardy into the offensive zone. He'll take a shot. Held on to with 10:08 to go here in the second period. Shot wide, knocked down. It's flipped out toward neutral. Weisenen sends it into the offensive zone. The Hornets will set up behind their own net. It's sent down toward the near side. Mendel flipping it ahead, but the Stormhawks getting it back out. Smalley able to get it on his stick. Smalley in the circle. Smalley tried to center it, but he was out of reach. 9:20 to go here, second period. 1-0 Stormhawks on a first period tally, as it's out of play with 9:11 to go in the frame. .908. The drive saved once again with 9:04 to go here in this second period. 1-0 the Stormhawks maintaining the lead. Stormhawks able to hold the zone. It's Penttinen who has the goal. Able to help hold it in the offensive zone where Edina will set up behind their own net. Penalty coming here against Chaska Chanhassen. Here come the Hornets through neutral. Shot saved and held on to with 8:25 to go here in the second period. So the Hornets will go on a power play. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the play. We'll have coincidental minors assessed. And then the Chaska Chanhassen penalty. So Edina will go on the power play for the second time, trailing 1-0. An icing off the face-off. We'll bring it back into the flip back out to the blue line, able to be held by Edina. Shot knocked down in front. Loose on the side of the net. Back at the point. Far side circle whiffed on. Shot pushed wide down to the near side corner. Pushed in and held on to with 7:30 to go in the period. 1:05 in the power play. Loose in front, poked away down to the near side. Swept back into the neutral zone. It's played in back to the shot through traffic wide down to the near side. As it's cleared out, Edina will grab it with 35 seconds in the power play. Shot out front off the turnover, just goes wide down to the near side. Lagerlof banking it off the near side boards into the corner. 19 seconds in the power play. Played into the Edina zone and then back out. It's flipped in deep to the near side. Power play comes to an end. Stormhawks back at full strength. Moves down toward the near side. Lays it up toward the far side corner. Cleared out, and that'll go for icing with 5:53 to go here in the second period. 1-0 Stormhawks leading it on a first period goal. Stormhawks carry the face-off around their own net, around to the near side corner. Where that pops up free. Now on the near side, Morrison head toward Balo. Morrison able to hold, but the Stormhawks gather it back in. Zick pushing it in ahead. Nielsen in. He'll take a drive shot save. 5 minutes to go in the period. Loose in front. Comes back free for another shot, another save, and held on to. 4:49 to go here in the second period. 1-0. Stormhawks maintaining that lead. Couple of nice saves there. Loose in front, they score. The pop's free out front. For Ryan Mielke, and the game is tied. So Mielke with the tying goal here in the latter part of the second period with 4:44 to go. And the game is tied at 1. It's Cunnert in. Cunnert with a shot. Rebound is Lewis. Cunnert scores! And Edina has the lead for the first time in the game. So Cunnert following up the zone rebound, and Edina 10 seconds apart, goes from a 1-0 deficit to a 2-1 lead. It's played ahead. Mielke. Sperano getting it in deep to the near side corner. Played through the far side corner. On the far side boards. Kosowicz able to hold. This works through the far side corner. Played into the Edina zone. 3:30 to go here in the second period. 2-1 Edina. As Edina turning a 1-0 deficit into a 2-1 lead in the span of about 10 seconds. Played through neutral. Tipped into the Edina zone. Now back out. It's wide of the net. Up through the far side corner. Shot save. It's over toward the near side. Centered out front. Shot blocked. Played back into the Stormhawk end. Stormhawks setting up. They flip it out to neutral. 2.5 minutes to go second period. It's Hardy getting it in deep. Knocked down at the blue line. Carried back in. The shot saved and held on to with 2:14 to go in the period. Edina now leading it 2-1. Morrison with a drive that was blocked out front. Might have gone off a skate or a pad. With under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Cunnert back in. He's driven up toward the far side. The drive wide of the net down toward the near side. 1:45 to go here in the period. Unable to be held. Move up along in front of the Edina bench. Played in deep. Stretch out through neutral. Icing waved off with 1:20 to go in the period. Lagerlof through neutral. Tries to drive and shoots one high and wide of the net. Under a minute to go here in the period. The drive, they score! The game-tying goal for the Stormhawks. Provided by Leo Smalley, and the Stormhawks able to get the game tied up at 2. Played into the Stormhawk zone and cleared out. They're icing with 37.2 remaining here in the second period. Well, Smalley able to tie the game after Edina with those 2 quick goals taking the lead. Played up into the far side corner. About 20 seconds to go in the period. Stormhawks into the Edina zone with it. Tied up on the far side boards. 9 seconds remaining in the frame. Edina gains the offensive zone. Drop pass through the circle, intercepted as the period comes to an end. No, Edina with a pair of goals took the lead with the Stormhawks able to even it up. As we go to the second intermission, we're going to take a break and come back with your third period right after this. 1 minute away. We're back for the third period. 2-2 our score after the first 2 periods. It's covered up by Edina in the Hornet zone. Chaska Chanhassen led 1-0 after the first period. Edina got a pair of goals 10 seconds apart in the second period to make it 2-1. But the Stormhawks able to tie it up late in the second period, and we go to the third period tied at 2. Shot tipped wide of the net. Hornets play it up into the corner. Merrick gets it in deep. 14:30 to go in regulation. 2-2 our score. Shot blocked in front by the Hornets. Hewitson chips it up far side. The drive knocked down. Centering pass ends up on the far side. Cunnert battling. .13:52 to go in regulation. Cross ice pass back into the neutral zone. It's chipped in deep with 13:29 to play here in regulation. Jones into the offensive zone, but loses it. It's played back out through neutral, where the Stormhawks will reset. They try to bank it ahead. And free out front once again. Centering feed out front was just blocked. Down to the near side. On the far side boards, Edina breaking out of their own zone. 12:10 remaining in regulation. Hornets in the offensive zone. A shot off the side of the net. Back to the point. The shot wide again down to the near side. .11:50 to play in regulation. It's laid back into the neutral zone. It's sent back in. Centers out front for a quick shot, and then taken away by the Stormhawks. Stretch pass out of reach of Bigelbach on the near side. Get back out into the neutral zone. Right along the far side. Rasmussen at the red line, carrying it in. He'll take a shot, and that's held on to. Played up into the far side corner in the Edina zone with 10:50 to go here in regulation. Sent up toward the far side. It's a shot saved and held on to at point blank with 10:37 to play. Shot saved, 10:30 to go. It's over toward the near side, 10:20 to play here in regulation. Shot knocked down the front, rebound just tipped wide. It will be held along the near side boards. 9:50 to play in regulation. Knocked around in front. Shot carried around the net up toward the far side. Played over toward Stone King. Played in by Wybe. Flipped ahead. Pushed into the Edina zone once again as Wybe frustrated. Then we're going to get a penalty called here. Well, the Stormhawks on a power play with 8:58 to go in regulation. That behind the net, played up into the far side corner. Edina getting it out there neutral. Loose in front and just tipped down to the near side. The shot blocked. Nielsen stretches it ahead. 1:15 in the power play, 8:12 in regulation. Game tied at 2. Merrick dumps it in from the red line. Flip back in deep. Played out through the neutral zone. A big hit put on the near side. Now we'll get a penalty coming here against the Stormhawks with 7:23 to go in regulation. We'll have 25 seconds of 4-on-4. Played up toward the far side. Then down toward the near side. Stone King getting it in deep. 1:22 now in the power play. It's sent in back to the Edina end. Shot through traffic wide. Shot wide down to the near side. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Shot blocked, turnaround shot covered up. 19 seconds left. 5:41 to go. Play pinned up in the far side corner. Down toward the near side. Played back into the corner. And a penalty will come here against Edina with 4:38 to play in regulation. It's going to be a coincidental minor. And we'll get a penalty here against Edina. We'll have a power play coming for the Stormhawks. Stormhawks on a late power play to try to take the lead. Jones, shot, covered up. Face-off played up to the far side corner. Edina will break from their own end. It's Gunnert. Gunnert with a shot save. Goes up into the corner. Nielsen shot blocked. Goes down to the near side. One minute on the power play, 3:13 in regulation. Nahan into the offensive zone. Loose in front, they score. Nahan on the centering feed to Mateo Weisenin. And the Stormhawks have the lead with 3:03 left on the power play goal. Knocked around in front, 2:49 to play. Backhanded ahead. It's played in deep. 2:30 to go now in regulation. The shot save, rebound is loose. Covered up with 2:09 left. Timeout taken here by Edina, with the Stormhawks leading 3-2. Coming out of the timeout, a face-off in the Chaska Chanhassen zone. And they will go with the empty net with 2:09 remaining. No extra attacker on for Edina. Stormhawks flip it toward the empty net, and it'll go wide and an icing with 1:58 to go. We had a stoppage before the face-off. Shot through traffic blocked. Swept out to neutral. Zick racing after it. Zick in the near circle. Zick toward the empty net. Hits the side. And a penalty coming against Edina. Actually, a puck played with a high stick. My apologies. We'll have a face-off deep in the Chaska Chanhassen zone. .135 remaining. It's tipped wide of the net. Feet went off the back of the net. As it rolls toward the empty net, just wide once again. That'll be another icing with 1:21 left. Loose in front, and then just tipped wide. 1:10 to go in the game. Cleared out to neutral. Hewitt back to get it. It's intercepted, poked in and out of the zone. The Hornets carry it back in. Flipped out through neutral. Edina left to play it from deep in their own end with 43 seconds remaining. As this will go for an icing here. And a face-off in the Stormhawk end with 29.3 to go. .23 seconds left. The Edina players slow to get up. .18.4 remaining. Edina pushing it into the offensive zone. 10 seconds. It's banked ahead, and that will go for icing with 6 point exactly remaining. Shot wide of the net, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and the game comes to an end. Congratulations to Chaska Chanhassen as they win the third place Bantam B2 game. Thanks for tuning in this weekend. We're going to wrap it up. Have a great week, everybody.